What's up, shit stains? JJ back here from Run Pure Bets with another free pick for you. This time it's going to be a Major League Baseball for Tuesday, July the 28th. Game's going to be played between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Milwaukee Brewers. Pitcher for the Pirates is Derek Holland. Going for the Brewers is Josh Lindbloom. Current spread is Brewers minus 165. Total 9.5. All right, so one thing you can always rely on from me are the recaps, right? Win, lose, I'm always here for them. We drop a half unit with the over 10 runs Nats-Jays game. That blow was hindered, though, by Padres' money line first five, which I gave out after the line shifted favorable on my Twitter. I also posted that up at runpurebets.com as well. Okay, on to the breakdown for yesterday. I said the Heat would carry out some home runs, and both teams would be in plenty of spots to score. You know, it's funny, right, though, because at the end of the day, the results truly is what matters, right? And long-term speaking, you obviously want to get good CLV, which we got. Line opens 10, closes 10.5. But that doesn't matter, right? Because at the end of the day, in short-term, cash is king. Wins, losses are always going to be overvalued in a short term, right? But I'll tell you this much. I would bet that over 10 runs in every spot, every single time. Again, line open 10, closes 10.5 with extra vig in the over. Nats having over 10 hits. And just must have been like 5 or 6 ill-timed double plays. Regardless, right play, wrong play, doesn't matter. It lost. Okay, but this is what makes sports betting so fun, though, right? Especially in Major League Baseball. You'll have games where you'll win betting over, where teams combine for 6 hits, score 10 runs. Then you'll bet unders, where teams will be in scoring position every inning, less than 2 outs. Game ends 2-1. Just learn to embrace the variance. Now, you may be thinking, well, why not turn around, bet that over again? Sticks were hot. Just really, the runs just didn't come through with the same logic, right? But I'll tell you this. The game tomorrow night is later. It's not going to be as warm. Also, chance of rain throughout. So I'm just going to simply stay away. I rarely ever martingale the same bet 2 days in a row, and I'm certainly not going to do it here. Now, before I go on to the play, thank you for everyone who commented on the vid yesterday. I'll check it later tonight or tomorrow to see if anybody went 4-0. And if nobody did, if anybody went 3-1, I'll end up giving that person a shirt. But I'll comment on it below. But truly, thanks for all the comments, everybody. Also, be sure to check out the NBA preview vid live tomorrow, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern on this channel. Hakeem Prophet from Wager Talk, Whale Capper from Deep Dive, as they chat with our NBA crew about betting NBA after the restart. Okay, so to kind of change tunes a bit, you ever pop open your Vaseline and notice someone else has been in it? Like it's got like a helmet dent that's not yours. Yeah, writing on the wall, your spouse is cheating on you, which, depending on your situation, that may be a blessing in disguise, right? Who knows? I don't judge. Just realize, though, when you pop open that petroleum jelly and it's got a cock imprint with veins that aren't yours, it is time to lawyer up. I'll tell you what, quarantine has brought out some of the best in people. There's been a stray cat in my backyard the last few nights. I started feeding it, giving it some water, because I have a heart, you filthy animals. Cat's back there shitting its brains out in my backyard, living its best life. But look, I don't care. Do your thing, bro. But listen to this. Some woman rings my doorbell 2 days ago and goes, hey, sorry to bother you, but have you seen a cat walk around by any chance? I've been going around asking neighbors since my cat went missing a few days ago. I'm like, yeah, I've seen a cat around. It's been in my backyard a few times. She goes, oh my God, that's probably my cat. Like, why didn't you say something to me? I'm like, bro, I've never even met you. Simmer down, Karen. She then goes, have you been feeding the cat? Like, how's it doing? What have you been feeding it? This chick's acting like I'm the lead convict on an episode of the First 48. I'm like, bro, your cat's been fine. Like, I've been feeding it. It's just doing its thing. It's all right. Like, I'll let you know if I see it again. I'll let you know. Maybe I'll grab it and I'll walk it over to you. After talking with this lady, I realized this cat was simply looking for a better life. The same thing our ancestors did hundreds of years ago, right? My backyard is like America for this cat in the late 1400s. Welcome to America, pussy. Okay, so on to the player. I like this game under 9.5. Seen that minus 113 at DraftKings in Jersey, but again, only half unit. I'll probably start moving over to full unit in about a week or so, because as we start to get more data, it'll make more sense for me to then finally transition to a full unit. The weather at PNC, I always like to begin with the weather, will be 85 degrees, 5 to 7 mile an hour winds blowing out the center. Nothing crazy, like not warm, not too cool either. More or less indifferent for a total either direction. We have Lindbloom making his re-debut per se in the MLB. He's been in here before after an impressive 2 years in the KBO. Always a bit of worry targeting or hoping for limited runs from a guy off an MLB layoff. This is going to feel like a debut for him, but this is a good spot. He was so dominant in the KBO. But what does this truly mean? My thing here is that the Pirates just aren't hitting, right? Like actually, and truthfully, the Brewers aren't hitting either. Coming into tonight, both these teams are hitting under 200. Two of the top 5 worst in baseball, and a combined 19 runs through 3 games. And as of this recording, it's 1-1 in the 8th inning. I just think, ultimately, Lindbloom has a good spot here to pitch very well against the struggling Pirates. Now, to start the year, one of the head scratchers has been this Brewers offense too. Even Christian Yelich, like what happened? Very slow start at the dish overall for this whole Brew Crew. And I say this often, like baseball is such a sport built with variance that like it's not crazy to think like a guy like Yelich can go on a 3, 4, 5, 10 game stretch where he's just kind of cold. You see it every year. The problem is now that this year in particular, everything's going to be magnified, right? Shorter season, so everything is just kind of got an extra microscope on it. But either way, they're starting off very slow. And I'm not just going to assume that this cold hitting changes overnight, right? Truth be told, a standard game like this, 9.5, very high number for this park. Now, even if you add a half run in for the DH, sure, like even 9 would have been a big number for this park last year. Just the park. Now, take every aspect out of it, but just the park. This is a big number for PNC. Now, Derek Holland on the other side is by no means a good starter, much like Lindbloom. Much like Lindbloom was, at least. I guess we really don't know truly what Lindbloom's going to be in his restart in the majors. But Holland also gets a cold lineup from the Brewers, as I mentioned before. I'll tell you what, this Brewers lineup from the right-hand side of the plate isn't all that scary. Maybe 3-4 years ago it would have been. They ran out the lineup today in a platoon with sitting some big lefties. And where Holland was good last year was against lefties. So expect another lineup platoon filled with righties. He does get mauled by them, but again, back to the whole cold bats thing, should be able to neutralize each other. All in all, Holland had to really fight just to even make this team. Threw pretty well in spring training. He's quite motivated to hopefully keep going and keep throwing well. Lindbloom, I'm sure, wants to prove to everybody he belongs in the Major League Baseball. They both draw cold bats from both opposing teams in a number that is as big as you'll see at this park. I just don't feel like this line has adjusted yet to all the factors coming in, and I am happy to grab the under 9.5 in this spot. I do expect these guys to kind of find themselves in jams. Just because specifically Holland. Lindbloom, again, a little bit of an enigma. But a total under with 2 potential gas cans can always never be a comfortable feeling, right? But I do think all the factors line up for this to be under, with this being at least a half run off at 9.5 here in the Pirates versus the Brewers. So again, I am on the under 9.5 Pirates Brewers Tuesday, July 28th. Want to thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, thumbs up. Create some fake accounts more. Thumbs up. If you did not enjoy, I hope you wake up with balls in your mouth. As always, drop comments below with your thoughts on the slate tomorrow. Feel free to poke me with some questions below. I promise you I don't bite. And yes, this is a safe place. And you guys know also, I always get back to all you in the comments in between jerking off. Don't forget, we have an NBA preview show tomorrow on here with Ski Profit, Whale Capper, and our crew. So be sure to pop in live for that at 8 and fire in some questions. Thank you all again for watching, and good luck with all your bets.